And the third thing that they're doing, and this relates back to the quote that I mentioned earlier, is they're using the information the system provides and converting that information into usable knowledge. So this is an example of Leads360's dashboard. This is the first screen that every single user logs into when they log into the system. And this gets to the core of what I'm talking about, giving you the information, giving you the insight to know where you're succeeding and where you're potentially failing. And then based on that information, giving you the ability to actually do something about it. And so the top performing companies are really leveraging this information to make strategic and tactical decisions on the fly. So for example, if you don't know what your speed to contact is, how could you possibly know to improve it? So I asked that question earlier. If I asked you what your speed to contact is, do you know? Or if you knew a certain loan officer is only making 2 calls per lead, what would you do? Would you have the system automatically reassign a lead? Would you have a sit down with that loan officer? I mean, these are questions that if you don't have answers to, you're really behind the ball. Or if you knew a certain campaign was costing you $15 more per lead, what adjustments would you make? So the top performing companies are constantly monitoring their sales performance, they're constantly monitoring their campaign performance, and they're using that information to navigate around the obstacles that are going to that get in the way of exceptional conversion rates. Case in point. So this is actually this is a real case that I'm going to share with you right now. About 2 years ago, there was a big bank. I can't give you the name of that bank, and given the state of big banks, I think we all know where this is going. But they had about 50 loan officers. They were spending about $50,000 a month on leads. So they had deep pockets. They're spending a lot of money. They were converting under 1%. So they're scratching their heads going, how could this be? So we started working with this company. We go in, we do some digging around, and figure out that it's taking them 3 days to pick up the phone and make the first phone call. And once we established that connection, we both looked at each other like a deer in a headlight. So I used this funny little picture with the chihuahua at the antlers because it was pretty ridiculous how a company of such sophistication could be making such a fatal mistake, all because they did not have a system in place that provided them that insight. So what happened? We implemented a lead management system. We provided their loan officers the dashboard that tells them how quickly they're calling their leads. We provide a platform that automatically distributes leads, that automatically redistributes leads if there's a lack of activity. And so it really cuts to the core of how do we help companies be more productive? Systems with business rules in place that monitor your performance and your metrics really give you that advantage. And so really what this comes down to is really only the strongest, not so much smartest, will survive. And lead management systems provide that upper hand. They level the playing field against companies that do have deep budgets when it comes to technology. And they do provide the efficiency gains necessary to really streamline and really fuel your conversion rates. So what's next? I will tell you that Leads360 has a lead management systems for all shapes and sizes. If you are a one-user operation or if you're a 1,000-user operation. We have 3 different products. They're very configurable, very customizable products that can really adapt around your unique sales processes and whatnot. So feel free to give us a call. We can take a much deeper dive. You can see what the software is all about, all the features, all the cool things that it does, and we can really tailor a demonstration around your organization so you can relate to exactly what it can do and how it can help you out. So that pretty much wraps up my portion of the presentation. Again, my name is Ryan McClintock, Business Development Manager at Leads360. And at Leads360, we really do believe we have the platform that provides the information necessary to maximize your sales. And equally important, provide the tools necessary to turn that information into usable knowledge. So with that said, I will turn it back over to Joey and let him take it away.
Thanks, Ryan. And while my screen's switching over here, folks, just wanted to, reiterate the fact that both companies, our primary intent and interest is to maximize our clients' return on investment on their leads and to keep their good sales folks more productive. And both of our systems are web-based. So how do we work together? How do we talk? How do we let our clients take advantage of using both of our company's software and services? So I'll admit 150 times a day that the Leads360 software is so robust. It's so it's meant to be the most sophisticated tracking and sales tool out there. So our system is a lightweight extranet. It's there to available for folks that want to use it, but we encourage folks to use the Leads360 software. We're big fans of lead management, and we're going to explain how we work together and even in some instances pay your bill. Now, since both systems are web-based, they do have users within the web base, so within each company. So both companies have decided to use email address as the usernames. So if the business process would be, if you were to take a live call transfer from DoublePositive and you wanted it to go into Leads360, the first step is that you would sign into our extranet and also sign into their system when you come into work in the morning. Now, when I call into when my staff calls into either yourself or your sales organization, they're going to say, this is the Hot Transfers call center. I have Mr. Thomas Crawford on the line. His phone number is, and they would type the phone number into this window right here, which would be, like I said, instead of obviously minimizing, they pull it up while they're on the call. Type in 123-456-7890, click the go button, and then immediately they can switch to their Leads360 profile. Now, how do we know which profile to post to? Again, because both companies use email addresses, the username, so the two systems talk in real time. So they can immediately switch, and this lead will be there waiting for them. Now, again, we encourage them to use this program because for multiple reasons. One is, as you can see here, the campaign is tracked. It's a new lead, and the user is Robert Turek. So he was the one that typed in the phone number. As Robert is talking to Mr. Scotty Brown here, he can find out that some of the information that the consumer provided on the web sheet isn't 100% accurate. So the lead is going to populate here on the screen of whatever Mr. Brown filled out on the web. There are tabs here that the sales rep, Robert Turek, can go over to, again, fill in the information. Now, the goal obviously is for the sales associate to pull an application, and then if they want below, they can make any comments and save that. They can also, which the beauty of what we love in mortgage and soon to be, in insurance as Leads360 develops their insurance product, is to actual quote the consumer. So in mortgage, they're integrated with Nilix or Encompass to where essentially they can price out the loan in real time, and it all is tracked through dispositions. So the sales associate is required to give a disposition for each record. Not only that is that that there's accountability there also on the follow-up process. So a hot transfer is great for the beginning sales process, right, because we tee them up on that front call, but there is a dialer built into Leads360, so the second call, the third call, the fourth call, which happens day 2, day 3, is essential, and that's also tracked to their software as well.